Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Andrew Wilson. I'm the real estate broker here at Brickhouse Realty. We're located here in Cleveland, Ohio, servicing the greater Cleveland area for our buyers, sellers, and real estate investors. Today is Monday, so I like to jump on here, kind of give you your real estate market update for the month of May. Yesterday was Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hopefully, you got an opportunity to rest and relax and enjoy your day. So, thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to pop on real quick and I wanted to talk about what's going on with Cleveland real estate. I had to give a quick little breakdown. So the Cleveland real estate market has always been a crowd favorite, especially when comes to real estate investors. We work with investors from out of the country. Overseas investors contributed to a lot of the buyer pool for these past few years. And so what we're seeing right now is with low inventory and pricing of homes starting to go up, we see investors starting to scramble. So what does that mean for the area? Does that mean that if you're an investor, you need to start exploring other markets that may not be seeing the increase in values like we are here in the Cleveland market? If you are here in Cleveland, hopefully you took advantage of the prior year's housing markets and purchased a couple investment properties along the way. Our market here in Cleveland, sometimes people didn't understand what gold mine we were actually sitting on right here in Cleveland, right in our backyard. It took for the market to start to shift now. People like, whoa, I wish I would have got in a little sooner. So one of the things that is helping drive this is that the economy is starting to do a little better, job opportunities and different things like that within the market. So that's one thing. Sellers not selling their home, putting their home in their market, deciding to refinance their home just as a better decision than to sell their home is another thing that is causing the prices to go up. And then we have lots of millennial buyers who have decided that they want to own a home versus renting a home. And that's such a large pool of population as well. So the thing that's happening right now, we're seeing that the home prices have increased. So that's number one. Home values are starting to increase. We've seen this. It's been going on for a little over a year now. It started to really take off during COVID. For real estate agents, we were considered an essential worker. So we really never stopped working through the entire pandemic. We still been selling homes virtually, taking tours for our clients. So that has been going on. And that's even for our traditional buyers and sellers. And so as we're starting to pull through the pandemic, hopefully on the tail end of this, we aren't seeing sales slow down at all. In fact, they're just starting to increase even more. So because of that higher demand, the purchase price of homes are starting to go up. So if you're a real estate investor, you're starting to really analyze some things to say, does this make good business sense to move forward with this transaction? Because the inventory is not there. So you're like scrambling, you're putting in multiple offers on the property. And we're not seeing, a lot as investors, you survived off of the foreclosure market. And we're not seeing those foreclosures hit the market. So it's making it hard for you to find the right opportunity. Because building materials and such have started to go up, prices have increased. We're not seeing an increase in new construction either. There's some new construction happening, but there's no incentive for those builders to take on projects right now because costs have literally doubled and in some cases tripled. So that is another stock of inventory that we plan on for in the housing market that's just not happening because honestly, there's just not enough meat on the bones for a developer to go out and build new constructions because the profits aren't there. So they more so will take the approach like we'll slow down and wait for the market to recover a little bit before we decide to build any type of new construction. So that all goes along with my number 2. It was going to be with that low inventory. So the low inventory piece of it is that play, that new construction, not growth, not being there, is going to play into that factor with the low inventory. So there's no place for buyers to kind of move up into that area. So the other thing with the low inventory, we're seeing this on traditional buyers and for our investors. So we're not seeing that turnover happen too. Investors like them, hate them, or love them, right? Investors actually help build up communities as well, because a lot of times these investors are going into communities, they're buying the properties and they're doing the renovation work on these properties and bringing them up to current code or current standards or making them more modern. So that actually helps with the inventory and helps bring up the communities as well, because oftentimes a traditional buyer would not have the means to be able to purchase a property and do a full renovation project on there and bring it totally up to code. They would just more so be able to make it just move-in ready, make it livable. So it definitely helps in the community. And then just lastly, the thing that we're seeing that's going on in the market is that bidding wars. So these bidding wars are happening in the marketplace, and you really just have to be patient through the entire process. These bidding wars are happening because just the lack of inventory, and everyone is wanting it. So the number one question that we always get asked, well, how much should we write the offer on a property? And so what's going to help you decide how much to write on that property is going to be, number 1, looking at the asking price of the property. Number 2, looking at your pre-approval amount, because if the house is listed for $200,000 and your pre-approval is for $210,000, well, we already know the max that you can go would be the $210,000. So at that point, you're just deciding, is it worth it? Is that extra $10,000, is it worth spending on that particular property? And then the last thing is anything above that. So say you had a pre-approval for $220,000, you can check to see if other homes sold for that same $220,000, but it really just boils down to how badly do you want the property? And that's just really it. How bad, if you want it bad enough, are you willing to pay that higher amount and offer $20,000 or $30,000 over asking price like we've been seeing in the marketplace? Lastly, what I will leave you with all of this is there's been suggestions to waive appraisals and waive home inspections. I definitely highly suggest that you still consider doing that home inspection unless you are super sure that if something goes wrong with that property, you have a means to make those repairs. I'm always going to recommend the home inspection. And if you don't win that house on that time, then maybe that just wasn't the house that was meant to be. So that is all that I have for this Monday. I hope you enjoy your Monday. Feel free to send me a DM, check in with me. Happy to answer any of your questions about real estate, whether that is buying a home, selling a home, or you're thinking about getting started investing in real estate. Happy to talk to you, share with you. But other than that, have a wonderful Monday, guys.